Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone to a new session of doing Tadabbur and Tafakkur in Surah Al-Kahf. So last session we discussed about the story of Al-Khadr. For the one who didn't see it, they can see the previous episode. And today, inshallah, we're gonna discuss the story of Dhul-Qarnayn. We're probably gonna have one other session after this one, and then we'll be able to finish Surah Al-Kahf, inshallah. And maybe at the end, we'll be able to do like a summary of all the wisdom, all the lessons that we benefit from Surah Al-Kahf, which is a bunch full of lots of stories so far. So I would love to make like a summary at the end of our last session. So maybe next week, inshallah, next Friday will be the last one. Also, as a reminder, for on Tuesday, which is July 28th, I'm going to do a workshop on discussing the name of Allah al-Husna and how you can connect it to your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, we're also going to do some exercises at the beginning of the workshop to be able to know your purpose, or to find it out, to have an idea about it before we dig deep and find the connection between it and between the name of Allah al-Husna. Because I believe name of Allah al-Husna, we all have part of the traits that Allah has. Subhanallah, Allah al-Rahim, Allah al-Kareem, Allah al-Azim, al-Alim, al-Mubin. All of these, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِ. So we all have part of this ruh that Allah sent to us. So definitely has a connection, and I will discuss and tell you the secret of this connection and how to find it, inshallah. It's going to be full of secrets, things that they're not usually shared in online. That's why I make it very special for limited seats only. So the benefit will be much more bigger. And inshallah, everyone will be like focused on. It's gonna be lots of interactive. So they're gonna be like exercises, questions, stuff to be able to find it out, not just hear it. It's not like a lecture, because I really want you to get out of this workshop knowing at least what kind of purpose or message maybe Allah put you in this life, and how you connected to the name of Allah al-Husna to be able to double the benefit that you're using, and to see or to hire it with the action steps in your life, inshallah. So for now, let's start our session and continue. For anyone want to join the workshop, please DM me or send me a message on WhatsApp, or if you are in a meetup, just send me a message or send me a comment, and I will reach out to you for more details. So, Surah Al-Kahf, the cave, has many stories. We started from the story of the boys of the cave that we mentioned. They were like running from a difficult community they were living in, and then Allah created them, give them lots of mercy, and give them lots of people. After 309 years, people became believers because of their stories and because Allah guided them. They were one of the reason, or one of the mean for this. And these boys were not prophets. So this is something very important to keep in mind. All the stories here, Al-Khadr was not a prophet, by the way. And Dhul-Qarnayn, the one that we're going to talk about, is not a prophet. So subhanallah, in Surah Al-Kahf, Allah trying to give us an examples of normal people, normal servant of Allah, worshipper of Allah. They were good people, and Allah give them these type of qualities, or maybe this type of knowledge like Al-Khadr, or abilities that they use it to worship Allah. They use it to benefit others. They use it to do good. And subhanallah, it's like Allah is telling us that you are not different from them. You can also use the thing, the gift, the blessing that Allah give to you, to use and do good in life. And the effect of it can really last into years, can really last in a huge number of people, or affect large number of people. So this is one of the way that we're going to also discuss in the summary more deeper way on how to reflect it on us with all of the wisdom that we gain from these stories, inshallah. Okay, so we reach ayah number 83. Okay. Yeah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويسألونك عن ذي القرنين قل سأتلو عليكم منه ذكرا. Okay, so here Allah is telling Prophet Muhammad sallallahu they ask you about Dhul-Qarnayn, okay, which is the name. It's like a nickname he has. Dhul-Qarnayn. Dhul-Qarnayn, that means it has two horns, you know, the one with the two horns, okay. And this guy or this man, they said he's not necessarily this is his name, and it's not necessarily reflect like a physical feature that he has, but they name him with Dhul-Qarnayn because he went from the east side of the world to the west side of the world. And this is what we're going to see in his story, inshallah. So he is a good servant, and Allah send wahi, or send a revelation for him, tell him to do certain type of stuff, to go to certain type of people and help them in some ways. So he kind of like went around the whole world from the east to the south, to the west. That's why they said like two horns or two sides. That's why it was called in this way. Okay. And again, just a reminder, the beginning, the reason why Surah Al-Kahf was sent to or revealed to Muhammad sallallahu is as a proof of his prophecy. So there is people from Bani Israel. They came and they asked Prophet Muhammad to tell them the story of the people of Al-Kahf, Al-Khidr, and Dhul-Qarnayn. And they said, if he tell us these stories that has been mentioned in this previous revelation, they're gonna believe him. That's why Allah sent these type of the surah as a proof of his prophecy, of Muhammad sallallahu prophecy. So as he is a prophet. So now Allah is saying that they're gonna ask you about, or they're asking you about the Qarnayn. Then tell them, I will tell you something about them. قل سأتلو عليكم منه ذكرا. سأتلو here, I'm gonna recite, but the recitation is like telling a story. Tilawa in Arabic is like saying something after things. You know, like when you tell a story, you don't go from the end to the beginning or so on. You go step by step. Okay? عليكم منه ذكرى. ذكرى here, الذكر. Okay? Dhikr is something you remember someone because of that. And plus, not only to remember, but dhikra is kind of like honor. You know, when someone did a very good job or something, a good deed, or has a huge effect or positive influence, Allah give him as a blessing that people remember him or have like a high reputation, let's say, you know. So dhikra, this is one of the blessings that Allah gave Dhul-Qarnayn as for the good deed that he did at that time. Okay. إنا مكنا له في الأرض وآتيناه من كل شيء سببا. Okay. إنا مكنا is like we established or we give power. مكنا is coming from the word makan, you know, a place. But when you have a power or authority over this place, that means you have this strong status, you know. So makanna is something, it's a blessing, but it's a very huge blessing to be able to have the power over something, and it goes whatever you want, or it goes the thing that you want, you can use it with. So it's a very like a special blessing that Allah give to people. And you can do dua, by the way, with it. It's like Allahumma rizukni tamkeen. It's like, you know, it's similar to taskhir, if you know what taskhir means. Like things became much easier for you. You were able to do things or stuff that you want to do with much ease because you have the power over it. Okay. It's like it belong to you. You have been established. So it's a very strong word, by the way. I don't know if I can really explain the meaning of it because it's in Arabic. It have much deeper meaning, but at least you have an idea about it. So Allah give him this power in the earth. Okay. وَآتَيْنَاهُ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ سَبَبًا. And we give him the means to achieve everything. Or from everything, Allah give him the means. Okay. Okay. The means here, we're gonna discuss it thoroughly. So the means or the reasons to do things, Allah give him these type of means. So it could be like a talent. It could be knowledge. It could be skills that he has that help him to do good stuff later on. So subhanallah, it's like Allah combining that to be able to have a power or to establish something or to have the authority over something, you will need the proper or you will need this blessing of these means or skills that Allah will give you. Allah is the one who give you these means to be able to use them. And then you have tamkeen or you have this establishment in earth. Okay. So subhanallah, here, like, it's a good thing to think about what type of means does Allah has given us. What type of talents, what type of skills, what type of things I'm good at. I know I can do something about. And from that, we'll see or we can set our goals or we can build a plan of something that how can I use it to satisfy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How can I use it to benefit others? I'm going to give you some of the examples. So if someone knows how to, I'm going to give you a very, very simple example. Like someone is trying to look for a job and they don't have, let's say, any qualification or any education. But maybe they, for example, they know how to treat or to communicate with people, probably. Like people like to talk to them. Okay. It could be a very simple skill. But they need to acknowledge or say, okay, I have this skill. How can I hire this skill in a way that benefit me and benefit others and something and Allah will be satisfied in me to just do it, use it as a way to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It could be only like a simple thing. Maybe he can go out and try to talk to people and bring happiness to people or just be kind to other people. Any type of thing. Or maybe, for example, someone only know how to speak English. Okay, how can I help with this skill or with this means that Allah gave it to me? Maybe he can teach someone English for free and consider it as sadaqah or as a charity, for example. So it really varies between what type of means that Allah given you and how you can use it in a way that you can serve Allah with it. Okay. So subhanallah, here Allah is saying that we give him the means to achieve from everything. So he has been giving the skills, the talent, the everything that he can take from different type of aspect in life to be able to do something good. And we send him wahi, or we reveal to him to do a plan, to go to these people, to do these people. So subhanallah, it's like Allah always give you this skill or a certain type of talent for a reason. Okay. And probably it's going to be connected to your purpose and message in life. To find this connection, you need to dig deep. You need to dig deep inside of you. You need to do the work to figure it out, because we're not the same. Allah didn't create us the same. Maybe you have a certain skill, your other friend or your brother or your sister doesn't have it. And there's a wisdom behind it. And unfortunately, lots of people spend all their life, they don't know what type of means that Allah gives to them. What's their purpose? What's their message? Why Allah created them in this life? Why especially they're created in this town, in this family, in this circumstances, and this personality? Because they never dig deep, they never question. And this is why it's very important to question, because you have something you're very good at. You don't need to make effort to do it. It's something you were born for. But once you discover it, you will be able to, everything is going to start to open for you. And then once you know it, you will be able how to apply it, to know how to apply it in your life. And probably this is what's going to cause you to be richer and more wealthier, because this is what you came for in this earth. And this is what you're going to benefit others from. So this is a little bit deep, but I'm just going to give you this this idea. And this is, inshallah, what we're going to discuss in the workshop, inshallah. We'll go step by step. You will be able to figure it out, or know really what type of, just get an idea what type of thing that my Allah send you to this earth for, inshallah. Okay. فأتبع سببا. He traveled onto certain ways. فأتبع سببا, like he followed this means. Again, so Allah give him this means, okay? This talent, this skills, okay? If you know that you have a talent in something, if you know you're good at drawing, if you know you're good at music, if you know you're good in communication and leadership and business, but you didn't do action steps to follow it, then there is no benefit of it. So again, it's not like something, oh yeah, I know my purpose is to be this and this and help people feel this and this. But if you don't do anything about it, it's nothing. It's the lost knowledge. So here, subhanAllah, Allah is showing us how Dhul-Qarnayn has means, and he follow these means and do this action steps toward it. You need to do the effort. You need to do the sa'i. Because this is what you're going to be accountable of in the day of judgment. وَأَنْ لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى. And there's only the thing, the effort that the human being do, and his sa'i, his effort is going to be seen. So you might try to do, for example, okay, I'm a good at drawing, I'm going to draw, I'm going to make people enjoy the beauty of this drawing and have fun, and you know, they see this beautiful creation. But you will draw and you never show your drawing, or you don't sell it, or you don't make people do something. Or maybe, you know, okay, I know how to draw, but I'm not going to draw. For example, I'm giving you an example of it. So, okay, you didn't do action steps. Okay, you know you have a talent. So what? You need to do something about it. Okay? It doesn't necessarily that you need to feel, you know, okay, but what is the result? I'm looking for the result. I'm focusing for result. No, focus on the sa'i, the effort that you are doing to reach for this result. And once you connect it with purpose, once you connect it to benefit others with a good intention, you will definitely see the result. Okay? But حتى إذا بلغ مغرب الشمس وجدها تغرب في عين حمئة ووجد عندها قوما. So here Allah told Dhul-Qarnayn to go to certain type of people to help them, because he has these means. So to fulfill his purpose. Okay? So he reached into an area where the sun set. Okay? Like in the east side of the earth. There's no specific country or so on, but they said like it's the area where the sun set. وجدها تغرب في عين حمئة. The sun set into a muddy spring. Not a muddy spring, but let's say عين is like a water, okay, or like a sea. حمئة is like a dark mud. So they said that in this country, in this place, let's say, the sun, it's almost disappear inside of the sea. You know, some countries like the sun set and they have like a sea in this side. So when the sunset is from there, but the sunrise, it will be, for example, on the mountain, on the other side, for example. So in this place, the sun usually set inside of the sea. So it's like the sun is disappearing inside of the sea. This is a way of the description of this city, of this place. And they found the people there in that place. Okay. قلنا يا ذا القرنين إما أن تعذب وإما أن تتخذ فيهم حسنا. So here we tell to Dhul-Qarnayn, you may choose which of them, either to punish or either to show kindness, to do husna, to do good for them. Okay. So actually, these type of people or this environment or this community, there's some people who are doing good deeds. They were so kind. They're doing good thing, benefit each other, and the other one will were doing corruption or were doing stuff that's very bad, and they didn't have laws, they didn't have rules. So subhanallah, Allah asked the Qarnayn to go there and establish these rules. Okay. And this is out of Allah's mercy to not harm each one of them, to because rules are there to protect us. Why Allah is telling us in Quran, don't harm each other, don't kill each other, don't do this, don't do this? Because peace, we need this peace, we need this harmony, we need rules to be able to live in a good community. Otherwise, if someone steal from you, if someone, and they know that no one will punish them, they will not go to prison or someone, it will all be messed up. So rules and laws is very important. So at that place or these people, they didn't have rules. So that's why Allah sent Dhul-Qarnayn to establish these rules, okay, out of justice. But, so here is the answer of subhanallah. I think here Allah is telling us, is like telling Dhul-Qarnayn, are you gonna do the punishment or are you gonna do show kindness? It's like Allah trying to test Dhul-Qarnayn. Like, I give you means, I give you skills, I give you power, tamkeen in the earth. There's these kind of people. Are you going to show kindness or are you going to punish them all? So here is the answer of Dhul-Qarnayn. قال أما من ظلم فسوف نعذبه ثم يرد إلى ربه فيعذبه عذابا نكرا. He answered, he said, who we will punish who did injustice or did evil or did sins, did evil things. Then he gonna return to the Lord, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then he will get his punishment or torture. Adab al-Nukra is a severe punishment. So he said that anyone did bad deeds, we're gonna apply the law to him. Like whether we give him, we send him to prison, if he steal, the punishment for each type of event. But with that, when he returned to his God, if he didn't repent, if he didn't do istighfar or so on, Allah will also send him to hell or punish him in general. Okay. And وأما من آمن وعمل صالحا فله جزاء الحسنى وسنقول له من أمرنا يسرا. While the one who believed and did good deeds, okay, they gonna be rewarded the best reward or the good reward. جزاء الحسنى. الحسنى is a very good thing. And we shall say to them, yusra. Yusra is something easy, flowing, a good kind of word, وسنقول له من أمرنا يسرا. It's like he's gonna live a good life. We're not gonna make his life difficult. He's gonna enjoy his life. So subhanallah, and this is out of just to be fair to everyone, is that anyone who do bad deeds, you will get punished. Anyone who do good deeds, you will live a happy life, a good life, and you will also be rewarded in a good way. Subhanallah, and it applies to everything. وما أتبع سببه. And then he continued following his means, okay? Or the reasons or the things that Allah showed to him. He tried to follow whatever Allah revealed to him, whatever Allah given him. حتى إذا بلغ مطلع الشمس وجدها تطلع على قوم لم نجعل لهم من دونها سترة. Till he reached to the place where the sun rises. Okay, so let's say in the west. He found that this sun it's up, raised above people, that they don't have shelter from the sun. Okay, so from the old stories, they said that these people used to live in a place that they were not be able to build houses. The land of this place couldn't hold walls or couldn't hold any type of building. So because it was so hot in there, so if the sun is so hot, they used to go and sit in the water, or if there is a lake or something, they will sit in because it's so hot, because they couldn't build a place or something, a roof that they can be sheltered from the sun. Okay, so Dhul-Qarnayn, Allah sent Dhul-Qarnayn to these people to try to help them, okay, to give them some of the knowledge or help them. كذلك وقد أحطنا بما لديه خبرة. And so it was, we know all about him, or we know أحطنا بما لديه خبرة, whatever information or knowledge or any type of knowledge that he has, Allah already surrounded and aware of all of it, because it's the origin of it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's like whatever knowledge he has, whatever experience he has, whatever things that he has, Allah is the one who gave it to him. So he will go and help them because Allah give him these means and these skills and this knowledge to help other people. So here they didn't mention exactly how he helped them, but it may be like, for example, he teach him certain type of way in construction that help them to build houses and to hold like the foundation, because they were not be able, they didn't mention exactly, but from what I understand after like doing my research, it's like the land couldn't hold the basics or the foundation to build something above it. So they were struggling, they were in a bad situation. So that's why Dhul-Qarnayn was sent by Allah to help relieve their misery or relieve this struggle that they're facing. Okay, and you know, subhanallah, let's discuss the other one, then I'm gonna try to go back to this one. But from this one, I think from my reflection that one of the means that Dhul Qadr has is something related to engineering and construction, because you will find that he has been sent to certain people that he helped them in something related to construction and to building things. So I think this is one of the means or one of the knowledge that Allah gave to him in this field. And we'll see now in the next story. So here also, when Allah said, وَقَدْ أَحَطْنَا بِمَا لَدَيْهِ خُبْرًا, is that sometimes when you feel like, yeah, I have experience in this one, I have a master degree and the PhD and this one and this one, I know how to do this one and this one. Always remember that Allah is the one who gave you all of that. You would never have all of these skills or talent or knowledge or information if Allah didn't allow it for you to have it. So subhanallah, Allah is al-alim, the most knowledgeable. He is the one who have all the origin of all this knowledge. So it's like a test. Every time Allah put you in a situation to see people need your knowledge or need your help, is a test for you. Are you gonna help them, or you gonna be arrogant and say, I'm not gonna help, I don't need to? Or remember in Surah Al-Khadr is like, I need you to pay for me to help you. You know, the story of the village when they there was a treasure under the wall of the wall that's gonna already fall down for two orphans, and then he built it up. Al-Khidr built it up, and then Musa alayhi salam told him, it would be better if you took a fee out of it, or you make them pay for you. So subhanallah, sometimes I'm not saying that you should not charge for your service, but sometimes you need to do a charity or zakah from whatever knowledge or experience or blessing that Allah gave to you. Zakatul ilm ta'lim. If you have knowledge, you need to teach it to other people. This is how you do charity from it. Charity is not always about money. You can't do charity from something you're good at, something you have abundance in, something you have lots of things about. It could be like, yeah, you have lots of book, you have lots of clothes. Spend from them. Do the charity, do sadaqah from them. It's called tazkiyah. And tazkiyah in Islam, in Arabic, tazkiyah is something to purify yourself. So every time you spend something, you're actually purifying yourself. And in energy and in psychology, you're allowing a space for something better and new to enter your life. So always think, okay, what type of thing I can spend from? Food, I can spend from food. If I can spend from knowledge, I can spend. And it doesn't need to be something very big. It could be very simple thing. Just take a moment and ask yourself, what type of things? I have a lot of it. I feel grateful for. And then ask yourself, how can I spend from it? How can I do zakah? How can I do charity out of it? And Allah always say, مَا نَقَصَ مَالٌ مِّن صَدَقَةٍ, that you will not miss something. Or let's say Allah is saying about money. Is it hadith or ayah? 1 second. Let me check. It's hadith. It's not ayah. Yeah. So it's like, whatever you do charity of, don't think it's gonna be less. It's actually increasing. And it's so there's other ayahs in Quran saying that whatever you spend, Allah reward you back with double and double. So you're not actually missing something. You're not actually having less of something. You're opening the space to receive more. You're letting some area to be able to have, to receive, or good thing replace this area. So anyway, you can always think about it. Okay, what type of thing I can spend from? What type of things is I have so many, I have abundance, I feel grateful, I feel I have it. Again, it's not only materialistic thing. It could be something from knowledge you have, from an information you learn. How can I share it? How can I let people help? If something, a means that Allah give to you, you know how to draw. How can I teach people how to draw? Maybe teach one person. If I know how to speak, learn, I know good English, how can I teach one person? Volunteer, for example, or just give lessons online for someone. Always think of this mentality, how to spend, in intention for Allah, as a charity, as zakah. Okay? And always think that it's from Allah. So when you spend it, it's for Allah also. So it was never belonged to you. It was never earned, you know? It's like, yeah, I have this one because I earned it, or I work on it, or I took a course on it, or I tried this. You did this effort, but Allah is the one who allow you to have it. Allah who's the one who help you to gain this knowledge or to gain this skill. So always keep this in mind. That's why we do zakat. That's why we do charity, because we return it to Allah, because we know it was never belonged to us. But ثم أتبع سببا, and then he followed the other means, or follow doing the means. حتى إذا بلغ بين السدين وجد من دونهما قوما لا يكادون يفقهون قوله. So now he went to the other people. He reached to a place between two mountains. بين السدين is, they said, two mountains. He found the people there. They were living between them, and they could barely speak or understand him. So they had a very gibberish, language or accent. He couldn't understand them, and they said like they were not educated. They will not know how to communicate. Like this level of awareness, level of education was very low. These type of people, okay, like even saying they would not be able to comprehend or like just deliver the message whatever they want to say, okay. So they lack knowledge, and again we said one of the things Dhul-Qarnayn has, one of the means is knowledge. And they said قالوا يا ذا القرنين إن يأجوج ومأجوج مفسدون في الأرض فهل نجعل لك خرجا على أن تجعل بيننا وبينهم سدا. So here they ask help from Dhul-Qarnayn. They said, oh Dhul-Qarnayn, we have Ya'juj Ma'juj, okay, and who مفسدون في الأرض, they are ruining this land. So will you build for us a barrier, or we give you the resources to build a barrier between us and them? And let's talk a little bit about Ya'juj Ma'juj. First of all, Ya'juj Ma'juj are a people, a group of people. They're human. They're not jinn. They're not fictionally people. And they were doing corruption. So they were just eating from the land, eating the animal, eating the instincts. Like they were so corrupting and causing lots of destruction around the people around them. So these people, by the way, Yajuj and Majuj in Arabic, Ajja shay, Ajja in general, it's like the fire when it gets, when eats lots of area, Ajja nar, the fire. It's when it became so flaming and it can eat and destruct large area. So that's where the name comes from, Ya'juj wa Ma'juj. So they were really destroying or affecting the other people who didn't have that good knowledge. They were like a poor people. They were like really struggling and really, in a bad situation because of this Ya'juj and Ma'juj. So they ask for help from the Dhul-Qarnayn to build a barrier between them. Again, see, like this is the skill that the Dhul-Qarnayn has, something related to engineering, constructive engineering, or building things. So this is because now it's repeated in both sides, in both stories. Then قال ما مكني فيه ربي خير فاعينوني بقوة أجعل بينكم وبينهم ردما. He said, whatever Allah has empowered me or given me an establishment or given me a power, مكني. Here the word has been repeated. مكنا ومكني. تمكين, the empowerment of something. So here he said, whatever Allah has given me of something good, I'm going to help you with. So help me with a power to put between you both Radma. Radma is like a very strong foundation, strong barrier. And we're going to get to know what type of component he used to do this barrier. Again, here, remember that all of this power is from Allah. He always return all of the means, the power, the blessing is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not I'm the one who's going to help you. I'm gonna help you of whatever Allah has given me. آتوني زبر الحديد حتى إذا ساوى بين الصدفين قال انفخوا حتى إذا جعله نارا قال آتوني أفرغ عليه قطرة. So here he told him, give me a pure iron, pure metal, okay? Then he built it or rack it up between these two mountains. And then work you blow. He said like to help them. So he didn't do it alone. He helped them with they helped him with it. And then he brought 1 second. I think it is he bring copper and fill it between the metal. Okay, after he heat it up. So imagine the picture. It's two big mountains. He rack up all these metals or iron, you know, and then he heated up copper to fill it between all of these metals. So see how strong it is, and see how like a very good thinking and good out of good knowledge, like how he know how to deal with metal, how to deal with copper, how these people didn't know how to do it. And Allah gave him this information and he used it to help these type of people. Okay, حتى إذا جعله نارا, until he make it as a fire, or let's say like he melt it up on fire. He give it to me so I can pour it out on this molten copper. So it will even the spaces between the metal or the iron will be filled with copper. فما استطاعوا أن يظهروه وما استطاعوا له نقبة. So يأجوج ومأجوج couldn't go above of it or couldn't get through it. So ما استطاعوا أن يظهروه, he couldn't يظهروه is like going in the back of it or jump over it. وما استطاعوا له نقبة, they couldn't penetrate it from down. And there is a beautiful thing here in the Arabic language. See, ما استطاعوا وما استطاعوا وما استطاعوا. There is one letter difference. Here there is T, ta. Here there's no ta. Okay? In general, ما استطاعوا is like they will not be able. But here in the first word is related to thinking. They said Ya'juj and Ma'juj didn't even have the idea or thought to jump over it. They could do it, but they didn't even think about it. So it's more mentally. The ability here is a mental ability. The other one, mastata'u, with the ta, with the extra letter, is more physical. They couldn't penetrate it. So they tried, but they couldn't penetrate it or go through it. So this is more of physical ability. And subhanAllah, this is one of the secrets of Quran. One of the miracle of Quran is that even like a missing one letter can really have a different deep meaning of the ayah. Subhanallah. So when you see like why Allah didn't say mastata'u, it all has the same. No, here is the thinking, the idea, the mental ability, the thinking, the intellectual ability. Here is the physical ability. Subhanallah. So here is not about like if they can climb or do something and climb over it or jump over it or do something over it. They have this ability because again, they are able, but they didn't even think about it. While they couldn't penetrate it, yeah, they couldn't, because even if they tried, the copper and the metal was like unbreakable. They cannot penetrate it. قال هذا رحمة من ربي فإذا جاء وعد ربي جعله دكا وكان وعد ربي حقا. Here, Dhul-Qarnayn said, this is mercy from my Lord, from Allah. And if the promise of Allah has came, which is the day of judgment, this barrier is gonna be fallen down, that cap. it's gonna be flattened with the ground. وَكَانَ وَعْدُ رَبِّ حَقًّا, and my Lord promise always gonna come true. So one of the things, or one of the signs of the day of judgment, is that Ya'juj and Ma'juj is gonna go out of these barriers, and we're gonna see them. They are one of the signs of the big signs of the day of judgment. We're gonna discuss it next week in more details, but for now, just to have an idea about. So lots of people said, yeah, yeah, they saw it in China, they saw it, I don't know, in that country. It's all lies. It's still not knowing where is Ya'juj and Ma'juj and where is this barrier. But we're gonna discuss next week, inshallah, the hadith and the ayah about the relation of Ya'juj and Ma'juj and how they're gonna come out in the day of judgment, inshallah. We're gonna stop till here. Then next week, inshallah, we're gonna be left with one in the last page of Surah Al-Kahf, and it's mainly gonna discuss the day of judgment. And plus, inshallah, if we have time, we will have a short summary for all the stories and benefit that we gain from this one. Okay, so thank you so much for listening, and now we're gonna open the floor for the discussion.